Leave the girl. It's the man I want. Take him to my laboratory.
Assailed by violent bolts of multicoloured energy, the TARDIS is blasted off course and forced to land on the barren planet of Lacertia. The turbulence brings about the Doctor's sixth regeneration, but that is the least of his worries. He has been hijacked by that ruthless renegade time lady, the Rani. I am very proud to be the owner of this. Doctor Who, Time and the Rani, the first adventure of the Seventh Doctor, first edition by Pip and Jane Baker. And as you can see by the creases, it is a book I have had for a very long time. Priced £1.99. I used to love going into W.H. Smith, looking through the Doctor Who books. There used to be so many of them in those days to choose from. And these wonderful Target novelisations. Oh, should I just show you again? We've got the Tetraps hanging from the caves there. Oh, wonderful. Now, I was just browsing through Pip and Jane Baker's novelisation to see how they described the Sixth Doctor's regeneration, because, of course, sadly, Colin felt he couldn't come back to do the regeneration sequence because the BBC had refused to offer him another full season. And I think he's quoted as saying he would have been happy to have come back and done a regeneration at the end, but he didn't feel he could commit himself to just one short scene. And I guess, you know, you can sort of sympathise with that, really. They did the best job they could there, donning dear Sylvester in a blonde curly wig. But there we are. But looking through the first chapter of Time and the Rani, the book, Pip and Jane state the following. Mel's slim frame was pitched from the wall to the console. The Doctor, frantically trying to get to his feet, was cast down again by the sickening, unpredictable lurches. Worse was to come. The whole interior of the TARDIS began undulating and distorting. Assaulted by the dissonant bedlam, propelled violently from side to side by the giddy oscillations. Oh, Pip and Jane like their words, don't they? Mel collapsed near her overturned exercise bike shortly before the Doctor spun, reeling headfirst into the plinth of the console. And then later in the chapter, it goes on to say, this was indeed the Doctor. Regeneration had been triggered by the tumultuous buffeting. So there we go. The cause of the Sixth Doctor's regeneration, tumultuous buffeting. In other words, he fell off his exercise bike and hit his head on the console. Yeah. And welcome in the Sylvester McCoy era. I always class Sylvester as my Doctor, although this was not the story I remember seeing on television. The first story I recall seeing as an 8-year-old child would be in the following season. But yeah, Sylvester was the one who, I suppose, did it for me, got me into it, and led me on to a lifelong journey of discovery. Interesting, I suppose I could also say that my friend Sylvester was also responsible for getting me into Doctor Who, so there's a little bit of a coincidental link there. But yes, wonderful to see Kate O'Mara there as the Rani with those immortal words, "Leave the girl, it's the man I want." How have those words echoed down the millennia? Wow. Time and the Rani. What a story. What a beginning.